I've actually been in higher education my entire professional career. My first job out of college was working at Monroe County Community College, where I started their alumni relations program, and I worked there for 3 years. And then I was fortunate enough to get a job here at Eastern Michigan. I worked in alumni relations for 15 years, and for the last 3 I've been working as Vice President and Secretary to the Board of Regents here on campus. And it's been a great job. I work for 8 very talented and very dedicated individuals, 8 people that are appointed by our state governor. It's a very, very diverse job, a job that I actually utilize my public relations skills each and every day. First of all, I think why I chose Eastern was it's a first-class educational institution. And one of the things that was important for me, I was a transfer student, and it was important for me to be able to transfer all my credits to the university of my choice. So at the time, I applied to Eastern, I applied to Western, and Toledo. And besides the ability to transfer all my credits, it was also important for me to get an actual degree in public relations. And so that's why it was very apparent early on to transfer to EMU. And I was able to do that. And also because Eastern has a great reputation for small class sizes, caring faculty, as well as you can get affordable education. And the other thing is I was a college junior when I started here, and I was able to complete my degree in 4 years after high school. And so that meant a lot to me and was very beneficial. You know, I found the professors truly cared. They took the time to actually get to know me as an individual. I felt like they knew me as a person, not as a number or not just as a body in their classroom. I showed up early for class, I stayed late. I felt comfortable being able to ask questions to them, especially the faculty in the public relations program. And that's one thing that I would encourage any student, no matter what kind of field or program that you're in, take the time to get to know your professors. And I know from firsthand experience here at Eastern that they do care. They want you to succeed. Get to know them, ask questions, ask for them for advice, look to them for guidance. And they have a lot of connections with alumni, they have a lot of connections with other faculty members, and utilizing things that they can share with you to help you succeed. One of the courses that I found very beneficial upon graduation that I had was desktop publishing, because I was able to talk to a future employer and say, hey, I can design a newsletter, I can design a magazine, and I was able to hit the ground running and be able to do that. Also, my negotiation classes were very helpful, and from a personal standpoint as well as from a professional standpoint. Those negotiation skills are very, very helpful in negotiating a contract for employment agreements as well as contracts for work, as well as from a personal standpoint if you're negotiating a car agreement, a mortgage. There are skills that you can utilize each and every day. And you know, you can never say enough about the communication skills that you learn in your classes. Nonverbal communication, that was a fascinating course that I took. You know, just the importance of eye contact, smiling, the way you stand, the way you use your hand motions, things that were beneficial for preparing me for interviewing, as well as just on-the-job training and being able to be prepared in a business setting. Some of the tools I learned, I think, you know, become a parent, especially when you're a college junior or senior, you know, your lives just get busier and busier. And I think as a college student, you develop those tools on how to multitask. And that's certainly something that is very important and crucial for success out in the business world. You have to be able to multitask and juggle a lot of different things at different intervals of time. For instance, in my job, I have 8 different bosses. And sometimes they want 8 different things. They might have 8 different ideas. They might have 8 different timetables. So you have to juggle that and you have to set priorities. And I think another thing that I learned, an important tool, is the importance of one voice and being clear and concise. And so any organization, it's very important that you have clear and concise communication and that there is one voice during a crisis. Obviously, in any profession that someone takes, it's very important to have strong communication skills. And I think today's day and age, a lot of people rely on technology. But more and more, I think what sets you apart is being able to communicate effectively one-on-one. And you have to be able to communicate on the phone as well as face-to-face. And having strong verbal and written communication skills is vital importance. You have to be able to express yourself face-to-face. And I think in anything in communication skills, it's vital that you be transparent, that you're honest, that you're truthful. And I think nowadays in public relations, that's more and more apparent. And I think there's some sayings that you have to be able to go home at night and be ethical and look yourself in the mirror and know that you did the right thing. And the truth will set you free. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. You know, I never ever resented or had any kind of concerns about what I did for a living. I never regretted my decision to be in public relations. It was absolutely the correct choice for me. And because it gives me so many opportunities, and it's still, today, after graduating 22 years ago, it's something that I utilize each and every day of my career. And I was able to get a job right away. And like I said, you have a lot of opportunities for job opportunities out there in the workforce. And my advice to anyone that's going into the profession is, you know, get in the program, talk to the professors, get to know your classmates, you know, and network. And keep in contact with them after graduation. It just doesn't end when you walk across the stage and get that diploma. Keep in contact with them because they're going to be getting jobs in other nonprofits and other organizations. It's a network there for you. And then once you graduate, continue your education. Maybe you want to specialize in higher education. I got my master's degree in higher ed administration, so it's helped me in my field. Maybe you want to get an MBA or a communications degree. But never think that you have to be finished with education. Or join a business organization, get involved in professional development opportunities. Because I think if you stop your educational process, you're doomed. You know, if I would have stopped, just think about it. When I was a college student, I was using a typewriter. The World Wide Web wasn't even around. And had I not continued my education, you know, there's no way I would have the job I have today. And so you have to keep honing your skills, you have to keep reading, you have to keep networking, you have to keep those relationships intact. You're never finished and you're never too old to learn.